Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Going to give it a minute so we can see how many people come in. Wait for, let me bring this down a little bit. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Okay, everybody who's on, can you hear me okay? Let me go get my phone. I can check things out. There we are. Testing, 1, 2. Let's see if we have any audio. Can everybody hear me? All righty. So I'm going to wait just a couple minutes. Testing 1, 2. Okay, audio is going out. All righty. Looks like everything's going good. I'm just going to sit back and relax a little bit. And I do have people coming in. Again, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And if you can just type something in just to confirm that, yes, you can hear me. Let's see here. So,
welcome to ResslerMania.
Okay. Always like the toys. So, hello, Lee.
How's Lee doing?
So Lee, he's just calling editing vlog. Oh, right. So thank you very much for coming in. Can you hear me okay, Lee? Lee is from the UK. Very nice channel. Anfield Road layout in the loft. So if you can go over to YouTube and check that out, I very much appreciate it. He's a really good guy. Right before I went live. Oh, that sounds good. Okay. Sound, pick, both good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that because that was going to be my next question. So once we start getting a few people in, I'll go ahead and get an update on the channel, where the channel's going, what we just did, what you're going to be seeing, and all that good stuff. So actually, there is one other thing I forgot to bring up. And let me go over here real quick to my other stuff. Oh, that's what I have to bring up. I have some notes over here so I don't forget, but I'm probably going to forget anyway. But that's the way it is. So I am simulcasting on my channel as well as my Twitch channel. So if anybody is on Twitch, if you can go over there and follow me there. I'm also with ResslerMania. So if you can find me over there, if you could follow me there as well, because I need a little more followers there to go to the next level. Not sure what that is exactly, but we'll see. So I do need to bring up a picture that I'm going to be using a little bit later. So while people are filing in, and again, thank you very much, Lee, for coming in. I appreciate it. And I know it's very late over there. So if you do jump off, I understand very, very much. So no worries. Let's see. There we go. But anyway, right before I came on, I shoved some food down my throat real quick. And now I'm kind of caught right there. All righty. There we go. Okay, soon ready to show everybody what's going on. Oh, I do have people on Twitch as well. Welcome. By the way, I'm looking over to the side over here because that is where my Twitch stream is. Well, actually, let me see if I can show you on the other camera. So right there, that's when I'm monitoring my Twitch on. My Twitch stream. So I'm very new with Twitch, but it gives you a number, how many viewers and all that kind of stuff, how many followers, what the bit rate is. I'm not quite sure why I need to know what the bit rate is, but my bit rate is 4,512.28 kilobytes per second. I guess that's good. It's in green, so that's good. All righty. So let's get this thing started. Ooh, got more people coming in. Thank you all very much for coming in and saying hello. I appreciate it. Go ahead and put something in the chat. Oh, and if you could please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. It is free. So thank you. It makes me very happy. So what I have is, again, excuse me, Gitmo, and it is only water in here. Okay. I try not to do that too much. But my most recent travel video, which came out last Saturday, was the Yingling Brewery Tour in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. It is one of the oldest, actually the oldest, still working brewery in the United States of America. So that's kind of cool. Now, again, I believe there are older breweries, hard word to say. There are older beer places, but they have either moved to another facility or something like that, or the original place burnt down, or some tragedy happened where they had to move. Well, Yingling Brewery, this is the original place. And if you see, let's see if I can bring that up. But if you can see, oops, hello, you Yingling Brewery tour. That's another one. That one's supposed to be up there. Ba-ding. Okay, so the Yingling Brewery tour is what we just did. Now there is another one that's coming up as well, but I actually put the wrong thumbnail up. So that is a little bit embarrassing. Actually, that's a lot embarrassing, but that's okay. These things happen, right? So let me go back into my brewery tours. And there we go. Okay, I have that set up for the next tour thing. But as far as what my Tech Tuesday was, the Tech Tuesday was something that was very small, but very mighty. And that is the Ulanzi Go Quick 2 Magnetic Backpack Clip. So that definitely comes in handy a lot with my videos, with my stuff. And of course, when I'm doing healthy home cookings videos, that comes in handy as well. So go ahead and check that video out if you have not, and you'll see exactly how I use it and what's included with it when you unbox it and how I put it together, all that good stuff. So really good stuff to know. Any questions? No? Okay. So the next thing coming up, my next travel video, which is so take that off. So the next travel video, that's coming in on Saturday. So it'll be Saturday morning, my time. We have the Yingling Brewery landmarks. Ooh. So there's a lot of places that's tied to the Yingling Brewery in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, that we actually took a look at for historical purposes. And we go around and take a look at those places, explaining a little bit about it and what the ties are to the Yingling Brewery. So Luann and I do that. And as you see in the picture, right there, there's Luann. So then the next Text Tuesday stuff, we have, let me stop that. There we go. So the next Tech Tuesday is another very small but very mighty little piece, which is the Ulanzi quick release camera plate. Now this is for the F38, which is the standard quick release, and also the PD version 3, which is, if you saw a video in the past, that's what I hang my camera on when I want to be hands-free and I'm walking around doing shoots. I have two cameras, so I clip one to, it's kind of like a front pack with camera gear in it. So I clip it to that so I can use the one camera, and then when I'm ready to switch, I take that one off and put the other one on, and then I can use the other camera. And the reason being is that I usually carry one action camera and one DSL camera, which I have a fairly decent zoom lens on it. And Lee says, great stream. Going to see you on the next one. All his editing is finished now, so time to chill in bed night. Yes. So you have a good night, Lee. Thank you again so very, very much for coming in. And as always, have a great day, sir. All righty. So as far as my next Text Tuesday, that is what you're going to see and how I use it in my studio, how I use it on my cameras, and like I said, how I use it in the field. So multi-purpose comes in very, very, very handy. It's surprising how these small things that you get actually come in so super handy. Now, oh, that's interesting. I see what I did. Okay. So there is something else that I do have to talk to you about, and that is for those people who are Patreon members. I do have, again, more Patreon stuff coming out, and pretty much every other day I have stuff coming out, things that I ported over from YouTube. Some of the things you already saw, most of the things you have not seen yet. Unless, of course, you are a YouTube member. Now, YouTube members, yes, it still has commercials at the beginning and the end, but there's no commercials in the middle. And you get to see it right when I put them up. So, for instance, on my travel videos, something that the regular viewer isn't going to see until the end of the year, like November-ish, December-ish, something like that. And yes, that far ahead. You are going to see if I can bring it up for you. I'll bring up the newest thumbnail. But it is the monitor, the USS monitor. And it is awesome. There we go. So I found it. Let me see if I can bring it up the screen for you. So you know what to look at, those who are YouTube members. So the USS Monitor Center, which is inside the Mariners Museum, which is in Virginia. In fact, I think it's Newport News, Virginia. So that's cool. Ba-ding. So any questions or concerns about that? All right. Now, Skip Smith, again, he is being very kind and generous to allow me to put up and use his StreamYard. So if you go over to the Villages Skip Smith, and of course, make sure you subscribe to him. Very nice guy, gives you a lot of information. Some people think he gets a little grumpy. Not really. He's just down here the way it is. So, or the way he thinks it is. And that's pretty much it as far as what's going on in my YouTube world. So over in my other, I guess, personal life stuff, I did get the stitches out of my back. I got 3 molds removed that were kind of suspicious, but they tested them and they were all benign. So they even did a deep core test, and that all came back again benign. So no cancer. So dodge the bullet on that one. I'm also out doing physical therapy because I have a pinched nerve. Well, this is their latest guess. But I got a pinched nerve in my neck and a pinched nerve in my shoulder. So they doing physical therapy on that. I'm on the stretching machine. So if anybody has ever laid on the table and they kind of put this device on you and they stretch you. It actually feels pretty good. It sounds like a torture device. Looks kind of like a torture device, but feels good. And then they have me doing some exercises with my arms and stuff for PT. And I'm doing that through the VA. So they are doing fantastic with me. I know there are some people who say, the VA, they have some issues with them. I've never, ever had an issue with the VA myself, ever. And of course, I'm doing my gardening. Just put some plants in. And some people put them in quite a bit early, but here in Pennsylvania, we were getting some freezing nights. So I didn't want to put anything in until after all that was taken care of. And we still might have some freezing nights, but the days are in the 60s, 70s, and today was 80s. So I believe it was probably a safe bet to go ahead and put some things in my fruit garden. Fruit garden? Vegetable garden. I don't know where fruit garden came from. But vegetable garden. Things like acorn squash and, of course, tomatoes. Got 2 different types of tomatoes. Might put a third one in there later, but we'll see. And also, of course, we got kale and lettuce, all the vegan stuff for Luann. And let's see, we got, I can't even remember everything. We got beets. We got acorn squash. I think I said that already. We got, oh my goodness. We got a lot of stuff, but I can't remember what they are. Oh, we got some collards. Put some collards in. And I'm going to plant some more seeds of lettuce, different types of lettuce. And that is it. So I got people in watching, but no questions. And that's okay. I've had people, and I do the same thing. I watch on TV, kind of lurk in the background. Not really any way when you watch on TV how you can make comments. At least most of the TVs don't have ways you can make comments. So I understand that completely. My oldest son, Quinn, he's still doing the college thing. So he'll be done hopefully in another year and a half. Hopefully. And I just had my birthday. 58. I'm 58. I'm pushing 60. So, yeah. And from what I just told you about going to the physical therapy and all that stuff, it feels like I'm hitting 60. Even though I am going to the gym and doing all that stuff. And before I hurt my shoulder and physical therapy said to back off a little bit, Luann and I were doing 3 days a week of weightlifting training and 2 days of cardio, essentially, walking, that kind of thing at the gym. And that's it. So if I see nobody coming in, no questions. Pixie! Look at that. Pixie, yes, it's Jamie. You're right. Now Pixie also has a fantastic channel. He does he's the UK pole dancing champion. So he has a lot of videos on his pole dancing technique, which is really neat. and Jeanette Pickering is the wife of Pixie. And Pixie No, I'm just kidding. Pixie actually does a lot of really good videos with. Actually, what type of drone do you have? Actually, he has different types of drones, mostly DJI drones, and he does. It's a secret about the about the pole dancing, but yeah, Pixie does a lot of really good videos with his drones, fantastic shots. So go over and check him out. And Jeanette Pickering, she does lives quite a bit. Pixie says he has the DJI Avato 2 Mini, 2, and Neo. So he has 3 of them. The DJI Avato, the Avato 2, that's the first one. The Mini 2 and the Neo. Of course, they're all really cool, but the Neo is the newest, and that's kind of a cool little. Gives you good, yeah, it's an FPV-ish drone. And Jeanette Pickering. And Pixie is also in the UK, as well as Jeanette Pickering is in the UK. And we have Sam's 1069. It says it's 6 p.m. here in the Midwest. And we're all getting older. He twisted his knee day before Christmas Eve, tore his meniscus. Oh, I had a meniscus tear when I was in my younger days, and that was not fun. I can imagine at my age having a meniscus tear. Ouch. Still hopping around, and it's April 20th. Yes. So, yeah, we old farts. It takes a while for us to recover. Pixie says that his Neo is a beast, but doesn't like the wind. So just when you take it out to fly, don't eat beans or sauerkraut or anything that produces wind, and you should be fine. And Pixie's wife goes, "That's why we're poor." That's funny. And Jeanette says she's an old fart, but she is a beautiful old fart. How's that? Very, very nice, kind lady. So if you ever want to have an evening, just relax and talk. She and a few of her friends from usually the UK, sometimes from America. Sometimes I'm on there. Although usually I'm in the middle of editing when she's on, so I kind of jump on real quick and, "Hi, how you doing?" and then jump off and do more editing. But occasionally I'm all caught up and I'll jump on. And Pixie says that he has a dodgy hip, so no hiking for him. Oh, no hiking. He hobbles. He's a hobbit, a pixie hobbit, a pixie hobble, a hobble hobbit. Oh, that's cool. Well, again, I'm really excited. Thank you guys for coming in. I just went over what was on my channel, what's coming up, and that's about. Oh, yep. So now when I go on the live stream and you yell Scott, I'm going to say Hobbit. Okay. Oh, am I still planning to move to Florida? Better get ready to buy on the dip. My advice is go new right off the bat. Well, I am possibly moving to Florida. Maybe. There's 3 options that we're looking at right now. And I'll explain why we're not doing the move yet. There's actually a few different reasons, but we're looking to either stay here in the current house in central Pennsylvania. We're doing updates to every year. We do either an outside update or an inside update. And inside, we did things like updating the bathroom, put pull bars up, handbars. As we updated the bathrooms, we did some things outside, like put new posts on the front and back porches. And we updated some stuff inside. We put on a new roof. those kind of things. So we have a 50-year shingles. So we spent a little more money to put that on. But again, every year we did one major thing. So we frankly, so we could afford it. We can't afford it all at once. So we have to budget, just like everybody else does. And the reason why we're not, so Pennsylvania. Another one is possibly South Carolina, because South Carolina, as far as retirement, they have good tax considerations for retirees, and the weather is moderate. So I think I would be happier in South Carolina rather than Florida, even though when I was younger, I was brought up in Florida till I was about 10 years old, because I was born here in Pennsylvania, went down to Florida for a few years till I was about 10, and then we came back because of my dad's work, that kind of thing. So that's the story as far as either here, South Carolina, or Florida. Luann wants Florida, which means we'll probably move to Florida. You know how that goes. Pixie says that he's been learning FPV manual mode. Ooh, in the simulator. So doing a pretty good job early. And he'll be out of drones with crashing all the time. Yes. So I do hear FPV. Oh, FPV is first person view. So as you're flying, you're actually seeing out the front of the aircraft, the drone, and you're flying around like that. So you do get to so you do crash sometimes. But as far as retiring, I am now retired. Some people know that, some people don't. But I am retired. Luann is retired. And the reason why we're still not 100% sure where we're going is there's still places in South Carolina we want to look at. There's still places in Florida we want to look at, although right now we're going between the Villages and Solivita. Those kind of back and forth in there. And because I'm 58, at least here in America, when you're 59 and a half, you have access to all of your retirements. So my wife, Luann, who is a retired teacher, she was able to access her 403B because she was essentially, it was a forced retirement in that they were getting rid of all the upper echelon teachers. They gave them an option of saying, okay, you can access your 403B, which is a retirement plan here in America, 403B, and she had a small pension. Now, the school that she was at was a depressed school district, so it's not much of a pension at all, but it's something. So they were going to give her the pension, and of course, she would have access to her 403B. So we're actually living off of that. And then when we're 59 and a half, then we have access to my stuff, my 403B and Roth and things like that. So we'll have more access to more funds to be able to move if we wish to do so. So that's kind of the generic reason why we're not moved yet. But there's also my youngest who is autistic, but he's very high level autism. Well, he's in a waiver program that he gets assistance here in this county of Pennsylvania. So if he wants to live on his own, we could take him with us, but then we'd have to start from scratch. But he doesn't want to go to Florida. He doesn't want to go to South Carolina. He wants to stay here in Pennsylvania. And because he is working, he is driving, and he is very high functioning. His psychiatrists and psychologists and helpers, they all said he's ready. So if he moves out on his own within the year and a half, which is very doable, then again, we'll have a better access to moving. Okay. Now, of course, if we go to South Carolina, it's an easy 10-hour drive back up. If we move to Florida, it's a day plus a couple hours. So a little longer to get here from Florida, but he'll have a lot of support here. And we're doing little mini vacations without him. Like we've been doing long weekends down to my parents-in-law to help them out. My father-in-law is 93. My mother-in-law's 87, something like that. So they do need some help sometimes. So we go down there for long weekends and leave Elias here alone so he can get used to being alone. And we just started doing 5-day trips. And you'll see some videos coming up on that probably the end of this year, beginning of next year, whenever I get around to editing. Because I didn't actually go there to do the editing. I mean, to do videotaping. We went there just to give Elias a chance to have a longer time by himself. However, obviously, I'm a videographer, so I had to videotape a little bit. Sam's. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little behind on the chat. How is Luann? I'll get to that in a minute. And you're controlling the drone yourself without any help from the drone. Oh, that's FPV. Okay. I've never actually did FPV. I've seen FPV. I'm too scared. My drone is an Evo Pro, which is by Altel. So an Altel Evo Pro 2. And it's a 6K drone. It's a beast, but it works. And actually, it's really good in the wind because it's a beast. It's big. And Jeanette says, he better not come home if he loses any of his drones. You're in the doghouse if you lose any of your drones. So, but Pixie does say that he would bring the drones back home, just might be in pieces. But he'll bring it back home. And Sam says that you should leverage the money you have in your home. You'll never be as young as you are today. That's true. And buy a used house. You would take a year to find all the problems, and then you will want new. Yeah. So the thing is, if we decide to move in Sola Vita, if that's our decision, then I think there's only one section that's still new, and that might be gone by the time we're ready. And you're right, as far as the money goes and leverage the house, we can get actually, we do have a home equity line of credit, so we could leverage the house to get a new house there, but that's still, with Elias, there's still that factor. And also, just to feel more comfortable financial wise, I really want to have access to my money as well. I mean, I could pull from my 403B as well, but there's also a 10% penalty on top of that, and I don't want to do that. And of course, I don't want to pull anything out of my Roth until I have to. So there's that. And we have a small brokerage account that I'll talk about all that in future episodes possibly, but we're not like multimillionaires or anything like that. We still have to budget, and we still have to make sure it lasts until we're in our 90s or so, because we're not 100% sure what's going to happen with Social Security. I personally don't believe the hype that it's going away. It might be reduced, but I don't believe that it's going to go away. And of course, Luann's pension, because it was with a county, chances of that pension ever going away is pretty slim. So we're, again, even though it's a small pension, it's something. And that's it. I think I'm caught up. Wow. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thank you all for interacting in the chat and talking. Thank you for those in the UK who have stayed up. I think it's about, 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that over in the UK. So I would say my hat's off to you, but if I take it off, the light would probably glare and it would blind everybody. So I'm not going to do that. But um, how about I tip my hat to you? How's that? So again, thank you very much for that. But what are we looking for in a house? Well, Luann, if we have everything that we want, which we know is a tall order, and we probably won't get everything that we want, but if we do, we're looking at a house that is on a water view that has at least a 2.5 car garage. Again, we know we might not be able to afford something like that down there, especially in the villages, but that's something that we're looking at. That's a want, because we know that the more storage you have in Florida, the better, because in Florida, they don't have basements. In South Carolina, depending on where you go in South Carolina, you might have a basement. But if you're closer to the coast, like, Hilton Head area, and we looked in, it's about 10, 15, 20 miles in at different places. Even they don't have basements. So, but as you get more towards the mountains in South Carolina, they do have basements in their houses. But storage is an issue. So that's why we're looking at least a 2.5 car garage. And if we get to Solomita or the villages, we'll probably want that half car garage for a golf cart, so we can do the golf cart driving stuff, that type of living. Understood. All right. Well, thank you, Sams. I appreciate that. And let's see. Yep, I am caught up. Let's see, over in Twitch, I am also caught up. Fantastic. This is the first time this happened in quite a while. And time-wise, I'm actually right on time. So this is awesome. Well, again, I thank everybody so very, very much. Over in Patreon, I do have a Patreon page, which is also ResslerMania. So I have, again, a Patreon page. If you want to go over and do that, I do have some free stuff over there that you do not have to be a paid member to see it. I also have some free memberships that you can actually view not only the free stuff, but also I have stuff over in Patreon that is members only. So even the free members get to see it. But the more and more, the newer stuff I put up is going to be for Patreon paid members only on Patreon. And again, and on YouTube, if you do the YouTube members, I have videos that you are going to see members first. They're called members first videos that you're going to see before everybody else. In fact, right as I upload, you have access to those new videos. So earlier, like I said, what I have some Virginia videos that I just came back on that I'm still editing. Those you're going to have access to right away. And I only have commercials at the beginning and at the end. I don't have any commercials in the middle. Oh, I requested YouTube not to put any videos in the middle. Sometimes they do. I found out from other people. They throw them in there, I guess, so YouTube can make some money as well. But most of the time, they do not put videos in the middle for me because I've asked them not to. Okay, especially for the members first videos. And then you get to see them for months at a time before the general public gets to see them. And of course, when the general public sees them, there's commercials all through. And that's not really anything I have any say in. Let's see. So we went over Patreon, we went over members first. And if you could please, I know I don't ask this on my videos, but if you could please hit the like button because that helps push this out on YouTube. Actually, all my videos, if you could press the like button, I'd appreciate it, because that does something with the YouTube algorithm that kind of pushes that video out. I appreciate that very, very much if you could do that. And also subscribe, because I've now, even though I never ask for, I shouldn't say never ask, within the last couple years of my videos, I've not put in requests for people to become YouTube subscribers. However, I have reached my 5,000 subscriber mark. So I'm at least the last I looked today was 5,002. So thank you all very, very much for those of you who did become members. Again, very much appreciate it. I mean, subscribers, my apologies, and especially members and Patreon members and YouTube members, all that. So very, very, very much appreciated. And with that said, I thank you very much. Unless I have any more questions, either on Twitch or on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down and say, as always, have a great day.